I love that. That's kind of cool.
That's right, folks. Live at Free Admissions, this is Gym Crashers. With me, Joey the Bull, Francesca, Dondo, and our special guest, Ron Scolesdang.
Hello, everybody.
Woo!
Is this where you plug in the digital applause?
That's right. That's up to the producer, but yes, we got enough people in house tonight, right?
Love it, because we're the only three in this room.
Yeah,
I know.
a little bit of that.
This is the 600 pound club. That's what we call it in here.
I love that I can be here digitally. This is amazing.
Yeah, we're all following quarantine. This is just an image of Ron Scolesdang.
Yeah.
crazy.
He's a hologram.
He's a hologram.
Punch him, see if it's real.
He's visiting us from Timoyama. So what has been keeping you busy? We've all been on lockdown for almost 5 weeks now. Something like that, right?
I lost count.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is.
It's almost May. That's
It's gonna
where
be
we're
May.
at. Yeah.
It's gonna be May.
But as general manager there at Timoyama, you're expected to be there, run the show, keep things going, and then this happens.
Yes. There's still a show to run, thankfully. So we got shut down May 26th. Literally, we were running class. We're like, nah, we're good. We're
March
gonna
26th, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
March 16th, we all went under. They stayed till the 26th. That's awesome.
Same thing. All the days are the same now. Anyways, that day we were all closed.
The day it all went down.
We were just letting everyone know we have a really big, strong community at our gym, and we end up being a pretty big part of our people's lives, and so we want to hold on for dear life until we can't hold on anymore. And so
Right.
we're having class. We're doing great. There's like 100 people in the room. Windows are foggy. Everybody's sweating. Floors are soaking wet. And then we get a letter passed in. They're like, Ron, read this. And I'm reading it. I'm like, ooh, this looks legit. I'm like, cool, county order, awesome, health inspector. And then I had to Google health inspector. Do they have any power over us? And I was like, oh, they do. I'm like, okay. And then by order of the state, you got to close down. And I was like, all right, how are they going to enforce this? What can we do to get around this? And then it says, imprisoned or fined. I was like,
Done.
all right, let's finish up these classes and close up shop. And so I had to call everybody, do a meeting, and then we were shut down. But luckily we were planning because we had a feeling we were going to shut down anyways. And so we had to pivot. It's tough enough to be in a small business to try to survive, and it's even tougher to figure out what to do after this whole pandemic is over. And so we were lucky enough to kind of plan ahead and try to pivot and figure out what to do in the event that it was going to happen. That route was to go online. So instead of offering classes in person, we started doing an online program. We've had a ton of support from our immediate gym community, and a good majority of them signed up, and it's really helped keep the gym afloat until this whole thing is over. We're kept in communication. We're emailing everybody, DMing everybody, texting everybody, calling everybody, having Zoom parties, FaceTiming people all day. I'm still talking to my kids in the kids program 3 times out of the week. So it's like we haven't left. We just haven't left spiritually or digitally. We just left physically. And so we've kept the energy going thus far, and kept everybody at bay considering what we can and can't do.
Yeah.
But
It sucks receiving those letters. I got one of those letters while I was taking a shit in my own restroom.
Did you pinch it, or did you just keep letting it go?
I let it go.
Good question.
I had a pinch because I can't afford that shit.
That's alarming. Yeah. It's like, oh, crap, now I got to flush twice. That costs money.
Hey!
Something tells me your valves don't shut off that quick.
I try.
You've seen him ride a horse.
We've seen.
If he can open his legs, that's what we all talked about. Who knows? That was good, Joe. I like that. Coming out of nowhere, left field throwing us one. I don't know if anybody saw, but there is a meme, I guess you call it, that Joey put together of Ron kicking Joe in the face. I would love to reenact that tonight.
We can make that happen.
Woo!
I'll stand there and I'll take the hit.
I'm more than happy to sign a waiver.
Smart.
Business 101.
Yeah.
Liability waivers. Yeah. Sign the waiver.
Right?
Or someone's going to hit me.
In this building, there's no waivers. It's every man or woman for himself.
Well, it looks like
out of
me
place.
by myself then. I don't know.
Now,
Okay.
Now you're speaking about Zoom. Now, how are your Zoom classes going? Because I know my nephew, he's taking a karate class and he's doing it by Zoom with all the instructors and everything else. How's that going?
So, I mean, it's not even just trying to figure out from scratch. I mean, I think the best way to do things is to see how other people are doing it and try to match it or make it better. And so we flirted with everything from doing Instagram Live, Instagram posts, to YouTube Live, to Zoom, even Facebook Live. And out of all things, everybody's different, but for us, we found that doing YouTube video was the best because it was high quality in both visual and audio, whereas in Zoom, like the video spotty, connection spotty, and we seem to disconnect a lot. It was cool to be able to see everybody, but I think that's great if we're like sitting down and having a conference and talking, but if we're moving around, jumping, sweating, it's hard to keep up. And on top of that, to do it live, like, you know, we're fortunate, our community at the gym, I talk about community a lot because they're intertwined.
It's a family, dude.
It's a family, we're fortunate enough where a majority of our members are still employed, you know, and so they're still working either 9 to 5 or 24/7, depending on the industry they're in. And so it was hard for them to jump into a 12 p.m. class or a 5:15 p.m. class. And so I think when we made the switch to YouTube and sending our members private links to watch them at any time of day, it ended up being the best, because even though a ton of people signed up, we only had like 5-6 people either show up for the live feeds or even watch the videos because they were still working. Now with the YouTube's on, we're getting like 50, 100
That's awesome.
views to videos. So it's been really cool. But for Zoom, we're still using it for our kids' class. We found for our kids, they don't care about having a class and getting their work in. They want to interact, they want to talk, they want to play.
Funny.
Yeah, like even
That's awesome.
Even this Friday when we have a class, they don't even want to train this Friday. Like, Coach Ron, I was like, yeah, can we play Uno? I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's play Uno this Friday. So we're coordinating with all the kids to make sure they get Uno cards, and then we're gonna play Uno cards through Zoom this Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
If any other kids want to join in, you're more than welcome to.
Cool.
Awesome.
So what martial arts skill does Uno teach you? Like, you know, like kind of like karate. Kids?
Put homeboy on the mic so we can hear him. He's whispering.
Hold on 1 second.
They can't hear you. It's okay.
I got my side piece. Wants to ask a question real quick.
Your side piece.
So what martial art does Uno translate to? Mental sharpness, you know, like...
Man, there's so many skills that you can build from Uno as a martial art.
Is that true?
I mean, the first thing is reflexes.
Yeah.
You know, right
You gotta beat everybody to it, right? Yeah.
That translates to quick hands, great coordination skills, but also number 2, you should probably edit this part, but I have no idea how to play Uno, so I gotta actually learn how to before this Friday. It was
They
their
just
request.
keep hitting Ron with reverse cards and he doesn't know what to do.
All
Like,
I know is I'm just gonna go bam, 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 and then, you know, hope for the best.
Yeah.
they're like, Coach Ron, it's not even your turn, it's Billy's. Like,
Coach Ron, you don't know how to play, do you? I was like, you are very good at observing things. Taught you well. That was the lesson today.
Fight IQ right there. You know, there you go.
Reading your opponent.
That's exactly it. He's here to dominate.
Little bit of that.
How about you, Francesca? What's been going on? So you do Fight Life Connoisseur. You do a lot of other stuff outside, but fights are really what you look forward to on the weekend. There's nothing.
It's a little weird. I downloaded Netflix and have watched just about everything on there. I didn't have it for a while because it's like you're just watching sports, right? Or I mean, sometimes driving to like LA like 3 times a week to go to all these fights. But it's cool. It gives time to kind of really study, you know, what's happening. And I don't know, for me in general, I mean, I had started like my own like media outlet or whatever, and I was like, maybe this is what I want to do, maybe, you know, or do like the co-host thing. But recently I did a series with Andy Aguilar, and it was basically like strength and conditioning and like going through like a fighter's camp and like all the different elements, and that was really interesting. So that gave me kind of a whole new insight, and especially to now, I mean, I don't know if you could talk about what the professionals are doing, but I mean, like in terms of like amateur athletes, kind of their strength and conditioning program and how to, you know, if they can't grapple or if they can't get with somebody else, like how to, you know, keep raising the bar and keep raising the standards. So that was really, really interesting. Like you should check out some of his stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, that brings us back to the next question is for Ron. I mean, there's constant fight camps. I don't think there ever is not a fight camp at Team Oyama. Yeah. There's multiple fight camps going on because there's multiple fights. And now we're kind of at that time where we don't even know. I mean, I guess May 9th, we got something big. Carla Esparza's coming up.
And May 16th.
And May 16th.
Yeah, so the UFC is booking fights left and right. I'm assuming they're about to be considered essential in Florida.
I love it.
So yeah.
Florida's got different rules.
If WWE can do it, right?
If WWE can do it, I'm pretty sure anybody can do it.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. So we got 2 fighters coming up. We got Carla Esparza. She's fighting
It's huge.
soon. Yeah, big fight.
Waters-
Karate hottie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Watterson's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah.
Both awesome people, both great fighters. It's gonna be it's a good fight to watch.
Yeah.
Especially have you been weaning off of fights since quarantine? You know,
Yeah.
like if you're itching to watch one, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch that. And then there's another fight that's booked, but I don't know if it's.
Is it not official?
Public? Is it public yet?
He posted
Is
it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he
yeah. So
posted
it's public.
it like
Yay.
30 minutes ago.
Okay, I was like, crap, am I gonna get in trouble right now? Yeah, was it 30 minutes ago? he posted?
Yeah,
So,
it's
okay,
me in
it's
there.
official now. It's 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
My teammate Chito Vera will be fighting too as well in a card in May. And so the UFC is assuming either everything's going to open back up or they found some loophole in Florida. The island didn't work. A big giant boat didn't work.
Love the island.
Right? Dana White for president.
Yes.
I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah.
They're doing everything they can to make it happen.
Yeah.
Will it actually come to fruition? I have no idea, but we're going to prepare and train as if it were going to happen because that's what we do. That's our life. That's our job. That's
Right.
our focus. And so without that, what will we do? We have no mission. We need a mission. So that's what we're preparing for. Fight camps are happening, and this doesn't change anything. Everybody's still training. Everybody's still focusing. You can do plenty of things on your own. Even with my teammate Chito, he has his garage, and he's been having mats. He got a heavy bag from the gym, brought it to his house,
Nice.
started doing a lot of solo training and road work and whatnot, and still getting plenty of tutelage from our head coach Colin Oyama and whatnot.
It's cool.
So it'll be interesting to see everybody's performance given the resources that we have during this pandemic, where we're scrutinized for being around other people and practicing the social distancing and whatnot, and the whole washing hands thing. Who does that, right?
Really?
It's a thing now.
My goodness.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just,
That's why he wears gloves. He doesn't wash his
I
hands.
don't wash my hands. I do wash my hands.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I'm offended by that, I guess. I'm sorry.
feel like I've been washing my hands this whole time, and this whole hand washing trend just like popped up out of nowhere, So I feel like I've jumped on that for a while. Almost started that trend, the whole washing your hands with soap.
Yeah.
He was undercover with it, but he
know.
started the trend.
Incognito.
Oh goodness.
Craziness. But yeah, that's really cool that they're still focused, regardless of what the, I guess you could say, the position of the country. Fights are still going to happen, and people are preparing.
You just have to adjust. Whatever it is, good times, bad times, there's still goals to be achieved, and so you just have to adjust. And so you can go 2 routes. You can be, oh no, I can't do this because of this, or this happened, so I got to figure out how to make it work. And so with our gym, we're lucky to be surrounded like-minded people. We've been making it work, and then we're gonna make it work for these next 2 UFC cards. So it'll be good showings for the gym. Showcase that you can still improve, you can still train hard, regardless of the rules and things that have been mandated upon us.
Yeah. There's like a lot of speculation from people about what the cardio and what the conditioning is going to look like coming into fights, right? Because
So
I mean,
interesting.
right, you need bodies, right, to grapple or, wrestling, like all of that stuff. So it's like that's a different type of cardio. But I don't know, I kind of feel like people are going to be more in shape a little bit because you have to do the road work, you have to be creative, stuff like that. But again, it's a different type of fitness. So.
I would say that it would depend on the level of fighting. So at the UFC, it's the highest level. If they weren't doing road work, if they weren't doing the extracurriculars, the strength conditioning, all that stuff, I doubt they would be staying long in the UFC.
Yeah, they wouldn't make the cut.
They wouldn't be
Yeah,
making
they
the
have
cut.
to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being in the UFC, being in the elite, the top of the top, it's expected to do all that stuff already.
Yeah.
And so no, you're right. It is going to be interesting because shadowboxing cardio, strength conditioning cardio, bag work is completely different from drilling with a human person, picking somebody up over your head and then plumbing them into the floor. So we'll see. But rules are rules.
Yeah.
But I don't think everybody's following it. I'll be the first to say that. I don't think
I
everybody's.
think that's the same too.
I don't think everybody's following the rules. I think some people are still practicing. I think some people are still training. I think some people are still in full fight camps and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So we will see. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of I don't even know the word scrutinization.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally made that up. I'm glad it's real.
It works.
Let's say somebody wins the fight. Oh, how did you win? Oh, I've been training hard. How'd you win? I had a good fight camp. I had great teammates, great coach. Hey, you weren't supposed to do that. And then this whole scrutinizing will ensue. But we'll see. There's always something to talk about on the news. So.
Robert, you got a question?
Or you can have a Corey Beasley. They got Corey Beasley. That's pretty good, right? I mean,
of course.
Because you can definitely train with that guy. And he has like almost privates, and that's not really a bad thing. It's just him and Cheeto, him and Alex, or just maybe one or two people. That's pretty safe. I mean, he can stay 6 feet away, and that guy's got amazing stuff.
And it's scientific and methodical and geared towards the fighter developing to make repetitive
He's got these giant,
muscle memory type movements, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's got barrels.
the 500-pound barrels with the
they
sand
suck.
and the water in it.
Yeah,
It sucks, huh?
Yeah, they suck. Yeah, I mean, shoot, Corey Beasley trains pretty much all of our fighters. He's awesome. Shoot, he's been at the gym since, I was at the gym. You know, he was with me for my pro debut, like freaking 50 years ago, and he was there. He was my strength. He was in my camp for my very first pro debut. So yeah, he's been around so long that he's figured out what you need to do specifically to perform well in the scope of MMA and other things too. But anyway, for our purposes, MMA. But yeah, he's smart. He's like super smart. It's pretty cool.
He's an innovator. I know other people kind of look at what he does.
Yeah, it's a trip. We started a functional fitness program at our gym. So we had a front room that had the most random things. We had like random pieces of weights and stuff that you usually wouldn't use. And then so we were like, we need to do something. We need to maximize our square footage. So how do we generate more revenue? And so we decided to convert it to a functional fitness room. We got rid of all the traditional weights. We left a few for power lifts and stuff, but it's been battle ropes, pull-up bars, balls and stuff like that. And Corey actually had a huge plan or a huge part in how we designed everything, the program to the equipment. So now it's rocking. For our online training program, we're doing functional fitness classes that you could do at home with minimal equipment or no equipment, and he helped us develop all that. It's pretty dope. So
it's amazing.
Thank you, Corey Beasley.
Hell yeah. Fighters love that stuff.
It's fun. It's good stuff.
I love that. I mean, Team Oyama is such a family. I look online or on my Instagram and I see Carla and I see Lisa Malden. They're all having like birthday parties all together, virtual.
Yes,
right?
It was the best virtual birthday
Hilarious.
party ever. I couldn't participate. I had to put my baby to bed. But I was there in spirit.
There you go.
So
Virtual spirit.
How did you get your start? Just curious, because I started in Del O Jiu-Jitsu, and at that time you were already pretty well developed as a fighter. So I know that you have your roots either there or somewhere else.
I've been in 2 gyms my whole life.
Okay, well,
and so and so I don't move around too much. I kind of stay put wherever I am. So I saw what as far as gyms go, or how I started.
Well, were you a kid that did karate, taekwondo, that kind of thing? Because MMA wasn't around then. What brought you to MMA?
I freaking wish. When I was in high school, I did wrestling for like 2 days. I wish I would have done it further, but I had no idea what I was going to do. What happened was I was playing football all years of high school, and then my senior year, I saw the first season of The Ultimate Fighter. You remember that show?
It's a good one.
Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, and I saw that. I was like, oh, I won't do that. And then,
So the best season.
Yeah, I saw that. I was 17. Yeah. My eyes lit up, and I was like, I want that. I want that bad. So I yahooed the nearest gym at the time, and it was De La Jiu-Jitsu. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to drive down there. And then I drove in. Then I met John De La O, the head instructor at the gym. And then we met, trained with him for about 7 years. And then Bruce, boxing coach Bruce was there too as well.
Bruce Warren.
A few years later.
Yep.
And so I got to work on my jiu-jitsu and boxing over with them for about 7 years. And then I ended up transitioning over to Team Oyama, and then found head coach Colin Oyama. Started training with them, and then started building my career from fighter, instructor, assistant manager, ultimately GM. And then now here I am doing the whole Team Oyama fight thing. My whole life is fighting. I don't have a normal job. My job is just hitting stuff and then making sure that people that do hit stuff have a better time.
So you're blessed.
Yeah, I have a very blessed life. Very lucky, very, very lucky. And I got a family at home that supports what I do. So they put up with my schedule and me working pretty much 24/7 every day of the week.
That's nice.
Yeah, they understand. Thank you, family.
Does that prepare you for fatherhood? That whole history of pounding on things, rolling on things, submissions, getting submitted, tapping out, and all of a sudden you got this bundle of joy waking you up at night.
Yeah, it's I'm big on practicing and preparing for things, and we like, for me, I go with the flow. I prepare and stuff like that, but I like to move on the fly. Like, I have no idea what questions you guys are gonna ask me today. There's no script. Like, this is all,
we're unscripted. We didn't even know.
This is all freestyle.
It just comes into the head and then out to you.
Yeah, so
that's why I bring the team.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, I love this digital team. It's awesome.
That's right.
And so we practiced. We got feedback and advice from everybody from new parents to parents that have been like parents forever, and we followed the game plan. Like, so me, I go with it. My wife, she follows the directions like to the T. She's really good at black and white. Like, no, you're either right or you're wrong. And for me, it's like. So it's a nice balance. We tried everything, the Ferber method, all these different methods, and then when they wouldn't work, she'd be like, I don't understand. We did everything we're supposed to do. It's not working. I'm like, I'm pretty sure because I've been told that it's a baby. Directions don't work with babies. Like, you follow the instruction manual, it doesn't. Baby don't respond. I know dinner's at 7. Baby's not hungry. What do we do? But no, real best. Our kid's really good. He falls asleep on time. Like, he's 17 months now. He goes to bed at 7:30 on the dot every day.
Nice.
Wakes up at 6:45 a.m. every day, unless something weird happens. Yeah. So.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
I wish.
I would say to a degree, all that structure ended up paying off in the end. But there were times where it's like, I've been sleeping for like 2 hours. I'm seeing things and my emails aren't making sense. I'm like, oh, this is parenthood. We Googled this. It's fine. We YouTubed it. This was expected. But it's still tough. Yeah, parenthood's tough. It's tougher than anything I've ever done in my life. But it's also the most rewarding. But also, we also had big plans for having like 4 kids. Let's have 4 kids back to back every year. Let's freaking do this. We know it's gonna be tough. We got this. And then, and then 3 months later, we're like,
Sean's got 4.
Yeah, we're like, woo! You know what? Let's stick with 3. That's more realistic. And then 2 more months came by, like, woo! You know what? Let's stick with 2 kids. And then about 2 months ago, we're like, hey, let's stick with 1 for now.
Let's get a dog.
Let's get a dog. We got a dog. We got an awesome dog.
Let's get a cat.
Let's stick with 1. Reality's hitting super hard. So we're gonna have 1 for a while.
I know somebody can get you a horse.
We do. We can make it happen.
We don't have the space. Let's get a miniature horse. Those
are cool.
Is there a teacup horse?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're service animals. They're like really, really smart.
Yeah, they are. They are. But some of them are assholes.
Oh well, most
it's kind of like the
species
smaller
have
the
them.
dog. They're like a little bit.
I feel like it's easier to explain a dog bite rather than a horse kicking somebody.
Yeah.
Give homie the microphone.
I thought you were gonna say a horse bite. I was like, do they do that?
Horse bite.
They do, and it hurts.
That
Oh,
sucks.
damn.
I can
That'd
imagine.
be like, just imagine you're walking down the street. You've got one guy's walking his dog. 3 seconds later, some guy walks up with a horse. He just back kicks you.
Yeah.
Hits your kid. How are you gonna explain that?
No one will believe
I'm not
you.
familiar with the dental structure of a horse, but I feel like if they bit you, it would have the same markings as a person.
Yikes.
So it looks like a person bit you?
Well, it's like a pinch because it's like their teeth.
Oh,
are
they
flat,
clamp.
right?
They
Oh, they don't have
clamp,
an underbite
and
or
they
overbite?
pull. No. I mean,
and they
some
rip
of
your
them do.
flesh off.
Braces
Well,
fix that.
I don't know.
Right? Horse braces,
it's
is that
like
a thing?
No.
Okay.
Have you been bit?
Pinch. Yeah, it hurts.
Get a horse
You
muzzle,
get
you know.
pinched. It's like being pinched really
He's had a
hard.
few bites, all right. He needs a muzzle.
He's a biter.
That happens too.
Plus, you can make money off the hair. I mean, great hair extensions.
Yeah, it's extensions, combs.
Yeah.
Also, boxing gloves.
And glue.
High quality boxing gloves.
I'm playing.
Yeah, horsehair.
Yeah, horsehair. Well, I don't think people do it anymore because it's
Yeah.
probably like,
But it's horsehair.
it's not horse friendly.
Is that right? I had no idea about this.
Well,
But yeah,
You, like, cut it
clitoris.
off. Yeah.
Clitoris, the
Clitos.
original clitoris, horsehair.
Really?
Wait, what'd you say?
Original clitoris?
Oh.
I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know. I'm sorry.
Different direction.
I'm sorry.
You cut that.
Somebody
I'm
please correct me.
I heard it, but I didn't want to comment.
I was going to say that if I my segment down.
Well,
I
it's,
don't know.
we call
I
that
always
the
fuck it up
button.
first time.
I'm horrible at pronouncing everything.
Yeah, I put it back every time.
I did a few days ago. I did a how to make the perfect bowl of pho video, and one of the spices in there is star anise.
Yeah.
Only to find out
Anise.
later, someone corrected me. It's actually star anise or stan
anise?
anise. So I told everybody it was star anise, and it was completely mispronounced.
And it was shitty.
It was a crappy situation. Not gonna lie.
At least you could spell it.
Yeah, I can spell
like
it.
that, right?
ANISE. That totally spelled. Oh, star anise.
That is funny.
Nice.
Okay, I just wanted you to repeat that. I wasn't sure. Like,
It's just,
That's when you say, "What the
that's
fuck?"
one of the original Mexican boxing gloves.
Yeah, Cletos. Yeah.
Horsehair, but they don't have horsehair anymore.
No.
You know, but we can get a whole nother conversation on boxing gloves.
I think we went to the original Cleto shop, right, Robert? San Diego? No.
San Diego.
I did it with somebody
That's
else.
not the original shop.
Is it Mexico?
What? It's in Mexico.
The other Mexico? San Diego's part of Mexico. Close enough.
But yeah, no, they do have a distribution office in San Diego. It's quite nice. You know, it's another nice office, the winning office in Redondo.
Really?
If you guys have $500 burning in your pocket,
I don't.
Stimulus check. Come on.
I make too much for that.
yeah.
Oh, it's gone already. I spent on this sick massage chair.
Massage.
So what's up with the winning office? Tell us.
The man that's holding it, so you would think that all these businesses would be up to date with technology, shopping cart, you know, you could pay with Apple Pay. Not this place, not winning. One of the most world-renowned brands ever, you know, Pacquiao, Mayweather, even MMA, you know, any big name fighter has their own collection of winning gear, boxing gloves and headgear, mostly. And they come in and buy it by the freaking groves. Like Pacquiao will come in and buy like 20 sets.
Wow.
Yeah. And he won't have somebody. I mean, he's big enough. He can have it shipped. He'll come there to meet Kazumichi, the head of Winning America or USA, and meet him, take a picture with him, and then fly off and do his thing.
That's cool.
But it's cool. The website is horrible. It was like the internet. It's like when Windows 95 was around. Literally, you click it and you go to the shopping cart, and if you go to the shopping cart, it won't work well because Kazumichi doesn't check the shopping cart. You have to email him, and he doesn't like it when you call him. He's very specific. When you call him, he'll give you crap. You know, hello, this Kazumichi. Why you call? You send email. I like it when you email. I was like, oh snap, sorry sir. I'll send you an email right now.
He sounds just like the guy whose name's on the wall here.
Oh yeah.
The guy with the flip phone.
It's a trip. If you go in there in person and pick it up, he'll try to convince you not to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, are you crazy? You can get gloves for $100. Why would you pay $500 for a boxing glove? It's a waste of money. And then, you know, of course, like, we still buy it, and you can pay even more to get your name on it.
That's legendary.
It's nuts. You can spend like $700 on a pair of boxing gloves.
Wow.
It's nuts, and then you have to wait like 6-7 weeks. But when you put it on, though, it's like freaking heaven on your hands. It is beautiful. You put it on, it's like oh.
Awesome.
You know, I haven't bought a pair for myself. I have 2 pairs. They were gifted to me, but
I was gonna say, how much did they pay you over there?
no, yeah, not enough to buy winning gloves. But you know,
You got a couple. That's dope.
I got a couple. Very fortunate. I got some very, very generous people in my life. Actually, one of the gloves was gifted to me by my head coach, Colin Oyama.
Very cool.
When I got signed to WCK Muay Thai for my pro Muay Thai debut, he's like, because WCK is considered one of the bigger, one of the biggest Muay Thai promotions out there. It's them. It's Glory. You know, at least for Muay Thai. And then we have kickboxing shows out there, but they're the last standing. You know,
Yeah.
in the small community in sport. And so he's like, hey, you made it. You're there. Congratulations. He threw it at me. I was like, yes. I was like, thank you, coach. And you know, he's tough. He's like, yeah, good job. You're in there. He's like, here, take it. And then I'm like, thank you. And he just walks away.
He's still like that. I known Oyama for a minute. I mean, back in I say 96, 97.
Yep,
when
yep,
he used
that
to
was
train
him.
at the
He's still
LA
there.
kickboxing right there off of the 5 freeway.
Dang, that's old school.
Yeah, he used to train Razor Rob, Tiki, Tito, Tank. Used to go there.
Yep,
And
yep.
some other cat that he's trained, but he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But yeah, back in the day,
Rico Rodriguez?
with Tyrone, the boxing coach at the time.
Oh shoot, he just moved to Colorado
Oh,
a
really?
couple months ago. So he actually went with Colin over to Team Oyama. So after all the multiple gyms that you know started moving, he ended up with his own gym, Team Oyama, and Tyrone came with him.
Wow.
He did his own functional strength. So another great name in functional fitness is Corey, and then it's also Tyrone. And yeah, if you know Tyrone, you know Tyrone.
That's why I first started training with him in boxing, and I was like, about 210, 220, and like I shared the story a lot, but
It's because you're trying to convince us you were 210.
No, but Colin hated the fact that I used to hit his bag because his bag had these certain springs on them where Tyrone's bags didn't have them. So every time I hit those springs, I broke them.
Nice.
So he told Tyrone, every time Joey hits my bag, I'm going to
Savage.
charge him, a monthly fee because he's breaking my springs.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but same attitude. He's very straight.
Very straight. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people like that. You know, we live in a world now where we get patted on the back for almost everything. You know, and he is the opposite of that.
yeah.
When I slightly drop my hands, it's like, hey, drop your hands again. Do it. You know what? Reverse psychology. Drop your hands. I don't want you to keep your hands up. Get hit in the face. It's fine. Go. I don't need to do my job. You're doing just great.
And don't let that
I'm like, I'm sorry, go. I'm like, okay.
And don't let him fool you. I remember when back in the 90s, that guy could kick like a. I mean, he'll make a long bag fold in half.
Yeah, he's I guess the best analogy is like a Yoda.
Yeah.
You know, like a Japanese Yoda.
Like I would never. Miss he's short, but I seen him hit the bag. I'm like, I'm gonna be that bag bent in half.
Yeah, it's really surreal to see because he barely moves ever, you know, and then every now and then you'll see him like stretching. He always does the splits,
Yes,
you know, like
crazy.
full on like freaking like Jean-Claude Van Damme splits,
Yeah.
and he's got to be, I don't know, like 200 pounds.
Yeah, and he's short and
He's a stocky, thick dude, and he's just doing the full on splits, like freaking. You know, just chilling on his phone, you know, and then when he goes, like, when he gets really frustrated, he'll have to stand up and go and show you how to do it. So be like, look, when I tell you to jab cross and step with a hook, you don't just throw and just follow, and you step, whoa, he starts moving. I'm like,
You're like, what?
yeah, I was like, everybody has that look, like, oh, you're watching him move right now? I'm like, this is freaking dope.
Yeah.
I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. He's awesome, man.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you train Muay Thai with Krishna Kim here?
A little bit. I got to. By the time I left, I don't think because Krishna started Bravado Muay Thai,
Bravado Muay Thai.
and I think by the time I transitioned to Timo Yama,
At that time,
I don't think
It's about
Krishna
the
had a
same
school
time.
yet. It was
Yeah,
it was a transition period, but we did stay in contact. It was awesome because I know Krishna. He's really big on Sherdog. I don't know if he's still doing reviews, but he's like one of the
sure.
bigger names on Sherdog doing reviews for stuff, and so he has tons and tons of gear.
Yeah.
Like you name it, he
Rev
has
gear.
it. Yeah, like every company you can think of, he has it, and he's reviewed it, and so.
I've shopped in his garage, so I know he's telling the truth.
Yeah. He was like, hey, Ron, we just have a conversation. He's like, you need some gear? You know, this was before I was getting sponsors and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, dude, I got a ton of gear for you. I'm like, okay, how much is everything? I'm like, dude, he brought me a whole box. We met up, and it was literally like just boxes of just gloves, shin guards, wraps, headgear, and like
guy's
some
lucky.
and some random things I didn't even know what it was for. I was like, what the heck is this? You know, he's like, it's a punch paddle. You know, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, all right. You know, he's like, how much do you want for it? He's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have like $100 on me. I only have $100 on me. He's like, please don't be more than $100. He's like, yeah, just I don't know, $50. I'm like, $50? I'm like, for all this, for $2 of stuff? I'm like, you, sir, are a freaking saint. I'm like, thank you so much.
And I just give him stolen cell phones. I'm like, here's what I got. I ain't got no money, but, you know, I got this phone. I don't know where it came from, but kick me down some gear and I'm out of here.
Shoot, it's
That's the currency now.
dude, it's cool to see. Toilet paper is getting back in stock slowly. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen some, yeah.
but you know,
It's
speaking of
overrated.
toilet paper.
Joey has the gloves.
Jump in the ocean.
Speaking of toilet paper, so with the whole pandemic and everything going on, and you know, everything slowing down, and like, you know, a lot of people having less hours or not working at all.
Yeah.
Myself included. You know, I'm the gym team we almost shut down, and so we made a decision of all the managers to not get paid. But still work because the gym still needs to stick around. You know, we wanted to pay for our staff, and then we wanted to make sure that we had enough to cover operational costs. So to make sure that when this whole thing is over, we're still around. I mean, it's gonna be crazy when this whole thing is over. Not a lot of business is gonna reopen up,
No.
especially if we shut down again. And I have a feeling that's gonna happen because people are already going nuts now. Like last weekend was beautiful. The beach was beautiful, filled with a ton of beautiful people. You know, and so I have a feeling that once we do open up again in May or June or whatever, we're gonna close back down again like shortly afterwards, September, October, November. And then if that happens, like you think people are struggling now, it's gonna get even worse. Like again, you know, I hate to like make people like
Oh, I
worry
think
and
you're
stuff.
right. People have drained their resources, so how do you pick that back up in 4 to 5 months?
And people aren't doing refunds. There was like a thing where someone spent like 10 G's on like toilet paper, and they're like, no.
Oh,
we're not gonna take that back.
honestly, and I hate to be mean, but I find it hilarious and ironic because I buy a pack of Costco toilet paper maybe every 3 months, and of course, when this quarantine happened, I happened to run out, And of course, there was a line like into the middle of the street to get there. I was like, what the fudge? Heck no. So I go to the local grocery store. What the heck? There's nothing here. And so I'll go to 7-Eleven. They always have toilet paper. I go there. They have a 4-pack for like $12. I'm like, oh, come on. I get it. And it's like the thinnest toilet paper ever.
You shouldn't be able to do that at 7-Eleven.
It was before they did the whole price gouging
Got
thing.
it. So I should have sold then.
I mean, you can also do the 3 seashells.
Tell me what that is, Joe. Do you do that?
That's total impact.
You need a whole
That sounds like that would cause a lot of chafing and cutting.
Well, yeah.
If I'm imagining,
distraction, I don't know.
yeah, if I'm imagining,
Stallone did it in his
Joey's
movie.
been calcified from that, so it's fine.
it's got a good callus,
It's kind of like your shins.
a butt callus.
He's been kicking bamboo with his crack.
1,000 wipes a day. Gross. Let's go ahead and visualize that right now for 3
Don't
seconds.
visualize it.
But 1-ply is not bad. I mean, you can double up. It is 2-ply.
It's all over your hands, so you have those gloves, huh?
Even 2-ply is not enough. Some of us wipe very hard, sir.
Yes.
Well, if you eat the right fiber, it just shoots right out in one wipe, and that's all you need to do.
He's a professional.
Yeah. Because there's so much pressure build up, it just poof.
It's it's like a rocket ship.
I like how that you use the word right, because if you eat too much fiber, it becomes too hard and it won't come out.
Yeah.
So I love the choice of words right, the right amount.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
38
know.
grams of fiber or
You
less
can-
per day.
You can clog yourself up with too much fiber?
Heck yeah. So if you eat too much carbs, so it's weird. You can tell a lot by someone's poop or an animal's poop or whatever, your baby's poop.
Well,
We're
that's
getting
a
to
new
a
show
Tell.
altogether.
Here we
Somebody
go.
get rid of the tablecloth and let's get down.
Today on Talking Poop with Ron.
You thought Ron talked shit? No, he's really going to
Oh.
talk shit today.
We're about to get down and dirty.
Right.
Let's all take shit, stuff it on the table, see what's happening.
Well, we don't have enough room for you, but the rest of us.
Oh man, this is going down the dump.
But yes, no, I think you're right. I mean, that's why you submit samples of everything when you go to the doctor. They want to see it all.
Yeah, stool sample is a very accurate way of telling stuff. Behind the blood test. But if you eat too much carbs, you can tell because your poop is super sticky. If you've been eating a lot of vegetables and greens, your poop comes out green. You eat too much fiber and your poop comes out rock hard like freaking stones.
And that hurts.
Yeah, but if you have just the right amount, it comes out perfect. You don't even need to wipe. It's cool.
Clean
it's-
sweep, I call that.
Yeah.
Speaking of pooping, Ben Jones is watching.
Ben Jones. We love Ben Jones. I don't want to segue to Ben Jones when it comes to poop.
Hello, Ben Jones.
Ben Jones is a badass.
The badger.
He'll smack the shit out of you.
And I still want to get smacked by that guy. I even told him.
Because he doesn't want you to shit.
Oh, okay.
He
Ben
doesn't smack
Jones,
you
I
in the
still want to get
cheeks and you
smacked.
poop
Just up your
yourself.
fiber content.
Yeah.
It'll hold
There
it
you
right
go.
in.
Solutions.
Solutions to common day problems.
It's
Eat
real.
more dates and prunes.
But yeah, people are resorting to all kinds of things, side hustles, all that stuff. And we go back to those two examples. You either going outside of the box and figuring out what to do, or you're kind of just chilling on vacation. Both is fine. A lot of people work hard, some people don't. Doesn't matter. But if you need time off, go take some time off. But if you want to get ahead, this is a great time to get ahead. Side hustles, new ventures, and stuff like that. It's a great time to do it. Stocks are at a discount. I bought oil for like $2 a share the other day, and it's already up like 20%. It's insane. I'm like, oh snap! I should have freaking bought more.
He made $4.
I'm like, what the fudge? Yeah, I didn't see how much I invested. It just went up that much. But it's a cool time if you've never done it before to get into it. I just got into it like 3 weeks ago, and it's been pretty cool to kind of just see what I started with, and it's like just growing, by 3 to 20% depending on what I've invested in. So it's really cool.
We're at the bottom of the market kind of right now.
Yeah, it's pretty
It
cool.
hasn't been this low in 10 years, so yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
it's-
have, you
get
have
some.
secret people helping you, like Sun Yu.
Yeah, I do. Dude, I keep forgetting how small our circle is. Everybody knows freaking everybody. I have a story about freaking Sun Yu. Oh, man. Shoot, I got a recent one. How much time we got on this podcast? Shoot.
We're going the long haul on this one, buddy.
Sun Yu, he's one of the most hardcore guys that I know. One of our Team Oyama fighters. He sells insurance, and I think he does like a billion other things that I have no idea what he does.
Played poker like a badass.
Yeah, and that's the story that I have.
Hey.
And so I have some good friends. John Tran, he runs online, so you can play online poker now. Are you allowed to do that, or is that bad?
There's places you can, but I don't know if you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let me
Our
rephrase. So
producer knows where to play.
there's an online poker club.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, somewhere
on the
out
dark
there.
web.
And my friend asked me to bring people in, and so one of my side hustles, when I bring people in, I get high fives for it. So the more people I bring in, the more high fives it gives me. It's pretty cool. And so I brought Sun Yu in. I was like, hey, Sun Yu plays poker. He's like, heck yeah. So he came in, and, he didn't give that many high fives at first. He just, he barely knew anybody, and it's been 2 weeks. He's given over 7,000 high fives
What the hell?
to everybody. He is up, and in the imaginary credits, he's got $7,000 that he's made. Insane.
I like that.
Insane.
How many credits you got, Robert? 40,000?
Insane.
I retired.
Oh,
Oh, do you want to play poker?
No,
I'm part of a club.
I'm retired. I'm sorry.
High five.
High fives.
He's an easy sell. Just talk to him about it.
I retired 3 years ago.
And he'll
So
unretire
that's
in
how
a minute.
Yeah.
of course, I know Sun Yu because I met him through basketball.
He plays basketball?
Yeah.
By the way, he's like a really tiny Asian, but I believe that he's hardcore about everything, so he's probably really good.
Yeah, he's cool. He injured himself, and so it was at a facility that we had our old office in our old dojo. Next
Level
level sports
Sports.
complex.
That place is wait, it's not around anymore?
No.
Fudge, that place was
Why do you
huge.
think we're sitting right here?
What's wrong with this fine establishment?
Well,
There's
we had
bricks
our- we
on the
had our
wall,
own
there's
spot.
painting.
Yeah,
we had
Paintings everywhere.
we had three offices. We had a green room.
We had the mini dojo,
Mini
green
dojo.
room, and then a podcast room there.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
It's
We were
okay.
like
This
the
is
kings.
this is environmentally friendly. It's everything
is
in one.
welcome to
It's
stand.
maximizing your
right.
resources.
So he hurt himself, and I got him ice for his leg, and I came back to give him ice. Then he had a jiu-jitsu shirt on, and then we just started talking, and that's how I met him. Then he found out where I trained at, and then sparked a conversation. Then I started seeing him at the poker at Hawaiian Gardens in the VIP room. So once you see somebody in that room, you know that they're serious. And then other people I knew him, so I'm like, okay, this guy's legit.
Yeah, I had no idea how good he was. It's just it's just people with money that want to play, or with high fives that want to play, and yeah, he came in and freaking he rung up 7,000 high fives, and he's hardcore. Everybody was going to sleep. He was sitting at all. He was the only, like, I would wake up at 2 a.m. just to check on the tables and whatnot, and he would be sitting out there waiting for somebody to jump on 24/7. I'm like, wow. So
I
yes,
could never do that.
dude, it paid off though. Oh
7:30
my
PM.
gosh. But he went a little too hard because I got the notification yesterday that he got banned. Not because he was cheating or anything, because he was
winning.
he was winning too much and he was killing the games. Nobody wanted to play
Smoking
anymore.
everybody.
And I was like, I don't think that's ever happened before, but I've often never seen somebody win that much imaginary money in
That's pretty dope.
2 weeks' time. It was nuts. So, Sun Yu, congratulations, but
Yeah,
also,
bro.
my friends, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know he was that good. I didn't know he was that good.
You got unhigh-fived real quick.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I get, it's effed up. I get more high fives not playing than I do playing. Because when I play, I lose every single time. When I don't play, I get high fives from the people that I bring in. It's a crazy thing. Dude, I'm doing the most random things right now.
You know what?
Whoever thought I'd get into poker? I suck at poker.
Robert, microphone.
This one time,
It's a tough game.
MMA Junkie, they were sponsored by Full Tilt Poker, and so they had a online tournament, and I was moderating for them at the time. So they invite me to play, and everybody's talking smack. I'm like, you guys sure you guys want me to play? They're like, okay, play. Took first place. Everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I told you.
That's right. It's freaking right.
200-something people.
It is fun though, but it requires a ton of focus. Like I can't
I can't do it.
like read the kid a bedtime story and like cook food.
No,
Hey, give me a dad.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Can you imagine? He's like, I'm just like looking up here. He's on the chimney. I'm like, oh crap. Wait. I got a good hand.
Hold.
Hold on.
I can't leave
Right
this.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and cut this part out.
Oh, sponsors. Who's your sponsors?
Oh yeah. I got a super great team of supporters. Ooh, it's even on a thingy so I can see. Let's see it run. Let's read them off. So we got. Whoa, they're moving so fast. Okay. Team Oyama, of course, my gym, my home gym, where I've spent the past 10 years of my life, where we do MMA and fitness. We have Lace and Loop, which is one of the companies I started with my two other friends. We do combat sports and accessories, and so it's been pretty cool. It's blown up in the past couple years. Like we went from just in a garage. My garage to now we have our own fulfillment department, and we're shipping internationally. You're seeing us on like freaking like huge fighters all across the world utilizing our stuff, so that's dope. We have Guard RX. They're huge supporters of me. My friend Dino, he's an entrepreneur, and literally he just started this company like 2 months ago. When the pandemic hit and hand sanitizer was out, he sourced how to make hand sanitizer in the U.S. and made this product come to market in like 2 weeks. So it's been dope, and his stuff has been selling out, and he's been restocking every week. So freaking kudos to Dino for jumping and bringing a market so quick to market that everybody needs, and then it actually works. So it's pretty cool. Barbell Brigade, my homies in LA, my friend Bart Kwan. They're a really big strength and conditioning, weightlifting gym and brand and media company and everything you can possibly think of out there. So we met through Instagram like years ago. Randomly, he sent me a DM. He slid in my DMs, and we've been training and being friends ever since. And they decided to make me one of their athletes. So it's been cool representing them.
It's always cool.
Yeah, it's I got a great group of people that support me all the time. We got So Right. I met them a few months ago through my management company. My manager, Jacob from Iridium Sports Agency. He's great at going out there and trying to figure out what companies kind of work well together. So we did a meet and greet, met everybody. They were cool. They've been supporting me. It's those weird things that look like a letter U, looks like a total gimmick. And then when you actually learn to use it, you're like, holy crap, it actually works. Like, what the fudge? If you guys know me, you know that I don't pitch stuff I don't believe in. And when I do believe in it, I go freaking hardcore. I shove it down your throat. And so I
Glad I'm sitting over here.
Can I be next?
I brought it with me. I can shove it down your throat.
You can be first.
So I've used their stuff. I totally believe in it. I can vouch for them. So Right. Who else we got? We got OC Fight Docs. They're awesome.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Kessler.
Dr. Kessler.
Bernard.
He's dope. Bernard. He moved to Canada.
Bernard. What?
He moved to Canada. He's not there anymore. And Dr. Kindy.
Crazy.
They started doing their own thing in Canada, but they'll still meet up for like the big UFC fights and stuff,
like it.
which is pretty cool. Awesome doctors.
Good people.
And the most of the companies that work with me, they're not new or anything. Like if you're in the fight industry, you kind of know about them. So it's pretty cool. OC Fight Docs is dope. Uncharted CBD, they're my friends. They're dope. They got CBD stuff. CBD is a very competitive market right now, and everybody out there is doing stuff. And so if you guys are looking for CBD, it's two things: good reputation, and then a good product. And how do you do that? Just you got to know people that you trust. And so if you trust somebody and they tell you that it's legit, then it's legit. And if they tell you it's legit and it's not, and you trust them, well, guess what? Their trust is gone. And so trust is very important, especially in this day and age, more so than ever. And so if you guys are trying to find the right CBD company, find someone that you can trust, and then get their recommendation. That's the best way to do it. I mean, shoot, influencer marketing is the thing now. It's like it's the new Yelp review. It's in person. When you Google something, you don't just Google it. You see what influencer is using, see what they're using, or you ask an influencer that it's like, hey, tell me about that product. And so it's pretty cool to see. TALG, T-A-L-G, the Amin Law Group. I have a law team. I have a legal team.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
I got some things I need to talk to you about after this.
yeah, they do.
Camera.
No problem. Business or family,
Well,
we can handle both.
We'll call it personal.
Shoot, personal too.
Got a couple guys that need citizenship in here.
Shoot. Yeah. No. Yeah. I got an attorney for that too. Immigration law. You got it.
They locked the border, so they're fine right now.
Shoot, I am your living yellow page.
Literally.
You need it, I'll find it. Shoot.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Wrong. Wrong G.
That's wrong.
My other friends are.
That's really wrong.
That's wrong. That's so wrong. My other friends are MMJ, California. They do CBD and THC stuff too as well. They're awesome. They're great. Another great company. If I believe in something, I support it. I'm not exclusive with just one. I don't have any exclusive deals with anybody. Everybody's just my friend, whether they help me out or not. Everybody is my friend, And so I'm happy to support my friends and vouch for them if they have a legit product. I have a ton of friends with companies that I won't stand behind because I don't believe in it, But it is what it is. I'm happy to help my friends in our community. Did I miss anybody, Rob?
Well, I'm stoked because you're here, and that tells us a lot that he believes in what we do. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. This
love that.
We've been trying to do this thing for a whole long time,
that.
and it's been tough because between Timo Yama and my fight career and trying to be a dad and then all the side hustles that I'm doing, it's tough because I'm
people out.
or getting knocked out.
Yeah, that happens too, yes.
Shoot, it's a new thing. It's a new thing for me. Fudge.
You came back and did it, man.
I will, yeah. Well, my last fight I got... Wait, was it the last one? Yeah, the last one I got knocked out. I got my first concussion. That freaking sucked, yeah. Albert Morales. It was a big fight.
Well, that's a
big
big
fight
one,
for me.
come on.
Yeah, great fighter.
Really well.
Yeah, until I went to sleep for a second.
Well,
it was
it
fun.
happens.
Yeah. But luckily, we had CBD to help fix my brain. And
you
LC
go.
Fight Docs and all that
Brain
stuff,
cells.
Boom! That's the thing now. Remember glucosamine was a thing? And arnica was a thing?
That's for old guys like me for our joints.
But this day and age, like, CBD is the new fix-it-all, man. It's crazy. You can eat it, you can smell it, you can smoke it, you can put it on your skin. Like, what the fudge?
We do it all.
You could wear it.
Pretty much.
So we're coming up on our funny segment. So I'm going to leave it. You two are going to stay on. And we call it Bull or No Bull. Joey, the Bull Exotic right here, is coming on board. And he's got stories. He's got 3 stories for you. And you guys get to choose which one you think might be real. We won't reveal it till next week, but prepare to be appalled. Because
Bull or no bull?
bull or no bull. He's not noble. It's no bull.
No bull.
There's nothing noble about it.
The Little Monster Demopolis, and I want to talk to you guys about how our life CBD has changed my life. Between pole dancing and MMA fighting, I started waking up sore just about every single day. I needed something that was going to help me to recover a little bit faster and quit affecting my performance. After I started using Our Life CBD, I noticed a lot less pain. I was able to wake up and actually move around a lot easier. It really helps me to be able to get on the pole and back to the mat a lot faster. So whenever you guys are ready to start unlocking your potential to become completely unlimited, go and use Our Life CBD.
No idea she did pole dance.
Dude, she's savage.
From Our Life,
My friends go there.
She's a beast.
Yo, what's up? Joey the Bull in the house with Ron and Francesca. Let's see, I'm wearing my
That's how you
mask.
pronounce it. Is that how you pronounce it? The proper way?
Francesca is.
It's
Oh,
just
sorry,
Francesca.
sorry.
Yeah.
Francesca, can I have tartellas and frijoles?
If you could roll the R on my name, please, that would be respectful.
Run!
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias.
Run. He make good fun. All right, fun. I like to meet the fun. Oh, man. Anyway,
I'm about to put some star anus in your gas tank.
you gotta give me. I know a little Vietnamese. I took a little Vietnamese back in the mid '90s. I took Vietnamese 101. Actually, at Santa Ana College. So,
Oh, you legit took Vietnamese, so you
Yes.
don't know just the bad words.
Oh,
That's
no,
hilarious.
I know, like stuff like if I can get this right, please forgive me. If I know, like if I go to somebody, I say "Tên tôi là Joey" or "Tên tôi là I, Francesca." Bây giờ rồi, uống bia, xin lỗi. I use that a lot when I'm at the restaurant. Xin lỗi means excuse me, I need something, xin lỗi. I know mup, like a lot of our, I'm mup.
Oh.
And of course, all the bad words, like.
Wait, those weren't the bad words?
No, like some of the bad words, like I know my caca, so I know it all. So.
Beep, 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 beep. Do you censor Vietnamese curse words?
No one knows.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so welcome to my segment. Last week's show, we had El Jefe Lopez on the show. Great guest. Guy's phenomenal. He was 600 pounds. Now he's shrunken down to like half of me. I mean, I'm very proud of that guy. But the stories that came up with that gentleman, I had 3 of them. So this is how it went down last week. I had 3 stories. One was actually, let's see. Oh yeah, I took an advantage from this 6-year-old. I was 25 at the time. I woke up in this house.
Sounds illegal.
Yeah, this sounds like you shouldn't be doing
I woke up. I woke up in a house that was owned by this lady that was 60 years old, just freshly divorced from her husband 2 months ago, basically butt naked with my clothes and her laundry getting washed with Dal Taco all over the bed. For some reason, I have no idea what happened. I even asked her; she didn't give me an answer. Second story was I got knocked out by my grandmother because I was mouthing off my grandpa, and she's the only person to this day that maybe seen stars. And of course, the third story was I call it the burp poop. Like when you sneeze and you actually shit yourself sometimes, or you cough. Well, this is when I actually burped and I shit myself.
That's got to be true.
Is that the true story?
That's got to be the truth.
So I have 3 of those stories.
Right, intuition.
No,
There.
I mean, like
Right?
I said, you ever sneeze like and and then like by accident, like oh shit, like maybe a bad day of diarrhea, and you sneeze or cough, and you're like, huh, you know.
I can't. Yeah,
I mean, I'm just trying to say. I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm pretty sure everybody's fucking lying here.
Stop judging me.
Why? But this one happened when I burped. So I told people that I burped shit myself. I don't know what happened. But in reality, the only true story out of that whole situation was my grandmother hit me so hard that she made me see stars.
Wait, so that wasn't true?
No, that is the true story.
It would not even
Three
you've
stories,
never.
one is true.
So you've never booped your pants?
like a little bit.
No, never. No, never.
Boop. It's a boop.
I booped. I never booped myself. Wow, that was good. That was good. No, I never booped myself, and I didn't wake up at an old lady's house butt naked with Del Taco all over her bed. And
with a 6-year-old for some reason.
60-year-old.
Oh, 60. I think you said 6-year-old.
I
was like,
I thought the same thing. I honestly heard 6
Yeah, I heard
like
6
there's
years
nobody
old.
gonna comment on it?
6-0. Let me get this correct. Feds, are you watching 6-0? That means don't tap into my phone. I said 60.
If this is on YouTube, we can't post this now because they ask you if there's
60.
children being talked about.
No! But no, my grandmother hit me so hard because I was disrespecting my grandfather one day, and all I did was turn around, and all I seen was the old hand come in this direction, and boom, hit me so hard that I actually, like the cartoons, you see the stars, and yeah, she was the only one, knock on wood. I've been in the ring a lot in my life, been hit hard, but she's the only person that actually made me
But have
see
you been
stars.
hit by a grandma?
Yeah, that's old school strength.
Well, they say the speed will fade, but the power never will.
Oh yeah, that's old school strength right there, man.
So she had some like 76 Oldsmobile power.
Yeah, she did.
Boom!
She made it was pretty hard, man. And yeah, that's the true story. So here's the
All right.
here's the 3 stories that I got today for you guys.
Okay. Let's do this.
Get ready.
It's a lot of effort telling stories, you know.
Yeah, it is a lot of effort. Well, one of them is basically I was in training camp back in the day, and
False.
And I was okay.
Total
Second
joke.
story.
Total joke.
Second story.
6 foot high five.
Second story. Then, did you ever piss yourself?
Yeah.
Like literally piss yourself, like you're in the middle of nowhere and you piss yourself where you didn't know what to do with your clothes?
Yeah.
I like the context of this
Yeah,
situation.
lots of times actually. Yeah,
Well, I've done it before. I was living at this apartment complex, right, where we get to park 10,000 miles away from your actual apartment.
Sounds
And
like where I'm
I had to
living now.
go super bad. Like I drank a lot of water, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't hold it in." So I stood up, and as soon as I stood up, I let it go. I was so nasty and gross. It was just like smelly that I decided, what the hell? It was at nighttime, so I took off my pants, took off my underwear, and I basically ran across my whole parking lot, through the hotel, to the apartments, to my apartment complex, to my room, butt naked with my dick flapping in the air. Had that ever happened to you?
Not to that extent.
What about you?
What about you, Francesca?
I don't know. I can't relate.
I mean,
horses.
well, I'm just saying.
Have you ever done that horse thing? All that, but on a horse.
Oh, this?
Is that what I did with my hand? I didn't even realize.
No, it was like.
Oh, did he do it? I was like, did I do that with my hand? It might have
See the bull wave? You're about to see a horse wave now.
Oh, snap.
So basically, yeah, I mean, I pissed myself, took off my clothes, and I ran across my whole complex butt naked with my dick just flapping in the wind, trying to get to
See
my
that part.
my apartment. So, not turtle, you're crazy. I mean, yeah, I was a little thinner at the time. You know, now I can't see my dick because I got fat. So it's like it's kind of like sucked into like a little turtle now. You know, you have to
But he was like,
up
the
it up.
noise was still just to be clear.
I want to know what your neighbors were thinking. Like some guy just going out for a cigarette. He's just like, is that guy taking off his pants? Just dick in the wind, flapping like he's
Yeah.
free.
Well, they're probably like, he probably peed his pants again.
Yeah, he probably that's saying that's just Joey. It's okay.
This is normal.
It's normal for
Oh,
him.
Joey.
Oh, Joey. Okay, third story.
Wait, what was the first? Wait, what was the second story?
Wait, no, the first one we got one sentence in, right?
Okay, well the first
Training camp.
story I was in.
No, that was the story.
You admitted it right there.
No. Okay, well, this is the first story.
Okay.
You know, I was training. I was, a sexy beast back in the day. I was a tough motherfucker. I mean, I didn't let people tell me shit. I mean, I used to mouth off to everybody from Tank Abbott, Tito Ortiz. I mean, I was cool with Raids of Rob and Tiki, whatever. But, one day I was just mouthing off one day, and, Colin was getting pissed because Colin was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I thought I was the baddest motherfucker in that gym, right? So he puts me in this gym with this one Persian cat and literally beat the living crap out of me. And, I mean, living crap to the point where he kicked me so hard in my stomach, I shit myself.
Shit himself a lot.
Right?
All you do is
Oh, yeah, that's helpful. Can males practice Kegels?
Well, you gotta tighten his snatch up, his man
Some
snatch.
punches.
So, yeah, literally pooped myself. And that's my second story. So,
Joey brought a new definition to working your glutes.
Yeah.
The front glute.
Yeah.
There is a student that Colin had that definitely beat the shit out of me one day. But not on purpose. He was
Did you
trying
shit your pants?
Yeah, or me. Oh.
but I
Bad as hell.
Take off
It was
microphone.
no word.
Oh yeah, no, it was one of his students, and unfortunately, I'm not trying to bring up bad news, but he eventually passed away. In the middle of he got hurt, and yeah, something happened to him. But this is one of the stories that he actually kicked me pretty hard. But yeah, anyway, so third story.
We missed that one. Is that it?
That's the one.
That's the training story.
That was the training story.
It's a quick. He's doing it Tarantino style. He's middle. He's gonna revert back to the beginning, and then there's gonna be an end story. It's coming up. It'll all come together.
And then it makes sense in the next one.
Exactly. Chapter 7.
Now,
Mine's
third
in
story.
shit, though.
Third story. I believe it or not, back in say 2002, I was involved in a little production, and it was pretty crazy. The fact that I wasn't very proud of it. I was young at the time, wanted to make a little quick cash, and so Mr. Bull himself was actually part of the adult industry.
Were the guys hot?
And I'm
Wait, what is his name?
He was the bull. He's the bull.
I was part of the adult industry. I actually, believe it or not, made a couple of movies. And what happened was once the movies were made, these people that I worked with vanished. And I never know whatever happened to the film. So somewhere out on the internet, I'm out there butt naked doing my thing. So that's my third story. And that's it.
No, we're doing
So those are my stories.
what type of scenes we're doing?
And people don't believe me. I mean, yeah, I did. First story was I got kicked in the stomach so hard that I shit myself. Second story, I pissed my pants. I had to run across my damn apartment complex with my pee-pee hanging out like this, flapping in the wind. And third story, I made some adult movies. What story you think is true?
Would you like to go first? Or are we deciding this as a team?
You can decide, but I'll tell everybody the answer next week. So you can win a nice fancy Gym Crasher t-shirt. If you go on our website, just check it out. Like I said, but yeah, back to my stories. Which one do you think is true?
The turtle one.
We're picking you too.
Option B.
Muy pequeño.
He's thinking really hard.
I think I'm getting too deep into this.
Multiple choice is
I'm
hard,
thinking
man.
super deep. I thought super deep into these things. Almost too much. I would say what's the third story with the flapping? Was that the third one?
No.
that's the
That's the second one.
what's the third one?
Third one was making
Oh, the adult
the
film
movies.
star.
Yes.
And the first one was
I'm gonna say false on the third one, only because he wasn't as descriptive as the other ones,
yeah.
and I just didn't feel it when he was saying it. I just didn't feel the of it when he talked about like when you're in the adult industry, you'd be like, yeah, I was in the adult industry.
You get real
it was
close to
cool.
the mic.
Yeah, like you'd be proud of it. He was just like, shit. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say pass on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be bull. The second one was the flapping of the thing.
The P one.
The P one.
And then the other one was.
Getting hit so hard in the stomach
That
that
he pooped his pants.
But I believe that one last time. Right? The shitty one last time.
Well,
I
I'm
thought
getting
that was
a
the
I'm
truth
getting a
one.
feeling that poop has a big theme on the
Right?
show because we're talking about quite a lot.
One of them has to be true.
They're both descriptive, but I would say I feel the first one is going to be the true one, only because he was very specific with names and people, and I know those people and I know those names, and I don't know if it's deja vu, but I could have sworn Colin
was
told me
there.
that story. Yeah, I was the little Asian kid mopping the floor.
But
So
anyway,
this Persian guy is just cussing him in Farsi. Next thing you know, he shit his pants.
Yeah,
but anyway, if you
I was
get,
like, Uncle?
for all of our viewers out there, if you get the right answer, this is the lovely T-shirts you see up here on our Gym Crasher website. I mean, you have everything from the Kung Fu Panda to the Polynesian Panda, the monkey, the wolf. One day you'll see the Joey the Bull T-shirt. One day, because everybody will love to get to support a Joey the Bull shirt. You know?
Why not
Pretty
now?
Be a big turd
What's
with
the
it
deal
to
with
go
that?
on the graphic.
I don't know.
As
We
well,
gotta ask our production why there's no Joey the Bull. People ask me all the time,
Production, why is there no Joy the Bull shirt?
I don't. You know,
That's bull.
a lot of the logos that I use are not. They're used by other companies, so I can't use the logos that.
Good one, not someone without poop on it.
It should be a poop on it. A poop and then Joy's face in the middle of the poop.
Poop with horns.
it should be just a bullshit.
But anyway, folks, I will give you guys the answers next week. I'm glad you guys played along. Once again, this is Joey the Bull, Bull with no bull. And answers next week. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. We're back to our guest. Dondo is back on the scene.
F! Dang it! I overthunk it.
Here she is. We like Zeta Zhang. She's amazing. She's in China. We can't wait till she comes back.
Taiwan, right?
Taiwan. That's China, homeboy.
I know.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Didn't they take over? I think they did.
Why are you looking at me?
You're so racist.
Dang, you so
There's
racist.
a little geography out of
You're good at math? Jeez.
But seriously, I'll do your taxes after this.
Appreciate that. It's a good man. It's a good man. So for those of you that stayed with us and could stomach the bull or no bull, we appreciate that. Because man, those are some stories. Every week is porn and poop and I was the baddest dog in the gym. Me and my brother dog.
I was the baddest dog in the gym. I can tell people this day. I'm a bad motherfucker back in the day.
Yeah.
I give a shit. I even went there with headgear. I used to box everybody. Knock on wood, never get knocked out. But
Except for your grandma.
Except my grandma.
Don't forget her. Let's not forget.
Grandma's the one that made me see the stars. But I was a bad motherfucker.
Mama said knock you out. No, grandmama said
Grandma
knock
said
you
knock
out. That
you
song?
out.
I'm horrible with music preferences.
Back in the day, dog, I was the beast back then.
Joey's a funny man, so thank you for sitting through that and staying with me and not running out of the building to complete our mission here with Ron. So
You guys have us locked to the floor.
Yes, we try to do that. I don't want to take over. I was hoping maybe you have some questions for Ron.
Well, I definitely have one question that I've been wanting to ask you. What is it like going 3 rounds with Brandon Moreno and beating him?
Oh, someone hasn't talked about that in a while. Oh, I fought him like a billion years ago.
He was 18 at the time, too. Yeah, but he was good. He's still good.
Yeah, he was always good. He was never a crap. He was a great fighter. Shoot, I think he's like in title contention almost, right?
He's number 5.
Freaking A, crazy.
He's been I picked in his last 2 fights, so.
Dude, he's been on a good one. He's killing it. We actually sponsor him for my company, Lazy Loot. Yeah.
He's dope. He's dope for sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He might be stopping by my gym to train. Well, he was, but I don't know if that's happening anymore. Yeah, he's in Tijuana now. But he was supposed to stop by and train for a little bit, which was really cool. He's a good guy. He was a tough opponent. He's a grappling ace. His jiu-jitsu is sick, and then his striking keeps getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
But 3 rounds was tough. When we fought, we went all rounds, and back then my style was, honestly, I didn't even change my style into this pending fight that was supposed to happen.
That's what I was noticing, because your style was definitely, that was my next question, but continue.
My style in the past was just
for you. I love it.
Yeah, my style in the past was just to walk forward and throw as hard as I could, and for a long time I got away with that. It worked for a very long time. Just walk forward and just hit. And I did the same thing with Brandon. He is freaking tough. I hit him so hard, so many times. I remember one. I hit him. He dropped to the floor, and his head was up in the open jiu-jitsu guard. And I went with overhand right over the top, and I hit his head, and I heard his skull bounce off the canvas.
Yeah, I was like, that is like the hardest ground strike I've ever seen.
I was like,
directly to the face, and he was like, still.
Yeah, and then he went for a single, like a freaking ankle pick. I was like, oh snap, he keeps coming, like he doesn't stop. But yeah, dude, he can take some shots. I'm told I hit pretty hard for my size, and so for him to take freaking that type of damage, like holy crap, the dude's a warrior. And I felt bad afterwards too, because afterwards they put him on a stretcher and freaking put a neck brace like it broke his neck. I'm like, he didn't break his neck. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
And I was I think that was my second fight of my career. So I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I never you never mean to do that to somebody.
Yeah.
And so it you feel horrible when that crap happens, and then moving forward to the present, that finally happened to me, and so I was like, this is what I've been doing to people. This freaking sucks. This is why people say it's dangerous. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to rethink my strategy. I was like, okay, and then well, after that fight, it changed me. It freaking changed me. I'm like, I gotta fight how I teach now. I gotta fight technical. I gotta fight smart. I gotta fight like I have no power. Because before that, I was like, boom, boom. This is fun.
You had like all first round finishes except for that one.
Yeah, well, I got dropped twice and I got stopped twice in 1 year. I lost twice, and I've never been stopped ever. And then in 12 months' time, I got stopped twice. The first time I thought it was a fluke. I was like, okay, cool. I ran into an uppercut, awesome. And then I fought Albert, and I thought I was doing pretty okay. And then I ran into the same exact punch and got dropped the same exact way a second time. I was like, all right, maybe it wasn't luck. Like, maybe it wasn't just bad timing. Maybe I am leaving myself wide open, which I always do. And now it's finally catching up with me. Okay. And then, my coach was like, you've been doing that for quite some time. You finally got hit. And I was like, okay, I guess it's time to change. He's like, it's been time to change. I was like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm like, I will change. And so this next fight, fighting Taylor Alfaro. Oh my gosh, I was gonna tell. I was gonna say Alfonso. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, Taylor. Everybody.
It's a tough opponent.
Oh yeah, super tough.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's been around forever.
A unique guy to train for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he's unorthodox, so it's tough.
Yeah.
You can't really, you don't have a training partner for a guy like that. So you kind of just train and you adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
And so those fighters like him aren't easy because you don't really know what to expect. So I was looking forward to showcasing my new style of fighting, and then the night before I was supposed to fight, we got the order to shut down the show. In fact, no, I take it back. I got notification the day of the fight. No, sorry. Jeez, I messed up. The day of the weigh-in, which is the day before the fight.
Right?
Yeah, the weigh-in day. So we're on the way to
Yeah.
weigh-ins, and I get a call from George, the promoter, and he's like, "Hey, the fight's been canceled." I was like, "Ha ha ha!" Like, I'll see you in a little bit. We're not the Lakers. They're not gonna shut us down. Like, and then sure enough, he's like, "No, I'm serious." I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, Andy Foster just called me, which is the head of the CSAC, California State Athletic Commission. He's like, no, he's shutting down all shows indefinitely. I was like, it's not even on the news yet. It's like, it's not on the news yet. I'm like, so I need to turn around. You serious? Because I'm literally about to go get food right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm like, well, F. I'm like, okay. So we went to go get soul food in
Get down,
Compton.
dude.
Oh, it was
Right
freaking
to
bomb.
it.
It was our head coach knows food, so he knew this soul food place that's super bomb. We went there, it's
Nice.
cafeteria style,
Nice.
and holy crap, it was so good. We got our own table. We felt so fancy. You can only fit like 6 people in the restaurant, but we got our own table.
Nice.
It was cool, but yeah. Shoot, I ramble a lot. My bad.
Well, we were getting.
What were we talking about?
I was gonna say, what about soul food? Tell me more.
a little bit.
We ordered the whole menu. It was amazing. Everything was good. It was beautiful. I had grape soda. It was delicious.
Grape soda.
You
Grape
kind of have
soda.
to, like
Yeah.
you go to an Asian
it
restaurant,
real,
you get the
right?
boba tea.
Yeah.
You go soul
Bubble
food,
tea.
you drink
Gotta have the
some.
whole experience,
Yeah, you gotta witness it.
especially when.
But yeah, so what? Brandon Moreno fought him 3 rounds.
Your style, because your
my style.
I saw that you also have like pro Muay Thai fights. Were you doing both at the same time?
Simultaneously.
Or- okay.
It's effed up because I'm undefeated in Muay Thai and I'm freaking 5-4 in MMA. So how the F does that work?
But you're not fighting like, all these people have fought somebody.
Yeah, they're
I
not
was looking
cans.
through all of it. Yeah, they've all fought somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
Albert was in the UFC for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's killing it right now. He's the current lights out champion. When I fought him, it was a title. What was it called? The title eliminator fight. They were debating to make it a title fight or a title
Yeah.
eliminator, but they're like, no, we don't want to make it that easy. It needs to be a title eliminator. And then so if I would have beat him, I would have fought Ryan Lilly for the title, but that didn't
Tough
happen.
fight, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing but tough
Lilly,
fights.
dude.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
tough one too.
I want to see that one run back.
Right?
Because that was that weekend, right?
Yeah, they're probably gonna fight
That
again.
whole card, I was like, no.
It was a good card. Yeah, it was a good card.
Cried a little bit.
But yeah, they'll probably fight again, and probably
Whenever.
when I fight after this next one and I win because I have to win, they'll probably give me a shot at the lights out title after that.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm probably gonna fight Albert again in the future, or fight Ryan Lilly if they're
That'll
the
be a
title
good
holders.
fight.
Just based on that.
I hope they can figure it out. The thing is, UFC has a pay-per-view model, and they can afford to not have a venue with people in it. I mean, not afford they're losing money, of course,
Yeah.
but they still have another way of making a revenue stream.
Yeah.
Lights Out, smaller promotions, Spar Stars, all of them, they make money or at least
Ticket sales.
Yeah.
ticket sales and people in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they can figure some of that stuff out. That'd be great for them to have shows that don't have crowds that you guys can get paid for, we can watch, and they have a really good connection. Lights Out might be one of the few promotions that do make it because they have a television contract.
Dude, shout out to George Basmajian, because Lights Out is the legit area producer of professional fights that take people to that next level.
They're killing it. Freaking the alpha male Ginger, he just got signed from the UFC.
Spike.
Yeah,
And he got verified.
Love Spike.
So it's
Yeah.
official.
yeah, and he killed him. He's been killing it. Shoot, he fought. He fought. I think two of my
Orthodox
teammates.
guy, right?
Right, one or two. I forget.
At least two.
Two, right?
But I mean, I'm sad because he got there by going through somebody I really like.
Yeah, but it's
part of the
that's
game, you know?
Yeah,
It's
Well,
part of the
he's
game.
fought a lot of people we all know. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people
But
from
that
your gym
happens,
too.
kinda like we're all-
Yeah.
So
JP had it in the bag.
Oh, JP, yeah,
Oh, he did so good until he lost.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know?
until JP started going 60 hit combos, like, bro.
And JP's
He
a
got-
phenom, too.
But
It's
he's so young. He's
But
so
you
young
also
in his
have to
career.
consider, what was that, his third fight or something? His second or third fight? I mean, compared to someone that has a lot of experience, I think that's okay.
It
you
was
know? That's
it was a
okay.
gamble.
That's fine.
It was definitely a gamble because
Yeah.
the records were the experience was vastly different. But we took it. You know, sometimes you take a gamble, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. On that time, we lost that one. You know, but we wouldn't have put him in that fight unless we thought he had everything
It's a
he
good
needed to
look.
win.
It's a good look, experience
If
moving
they fought again, JP has a very good chance of winning. You know,
He looked really good.
Yeah.
he looked great.
I mean,
JP
yeah,
ain't no
looked
striker,
really
and he
good.
freaking looked like a striker that night. I was like, ooh, yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah, he's got his hands have gotten really good. It's been really cool to see. Everybody knows his grappling is freaking untouchable, right? Can't touch this guy on the ground.
Grew up with it, man.
Yeah, freaking.
He's that generation of fighter that doesn't know there wasn't jujitsu. Like, you know what I mean? It was always jujitsu for him.
Yeah,
From
his
birth.
first word was like, Amba. Not Dada, Amba.
I've
crazy.
I've seen him grapple. Like, I got videos of him with cheetah grappling. It's just like.
Yeah, he ragdolls me. He toys with me. It's
crazy.
it's pretty funny to watch. And size has nothing to do with it. I was like, okay, GP, let's stand now, motherfucker. And now he's like, okay, let's not stand now. Let's talk this out. Let's do this.
Let's work it out.
Let's work it out.
Friends.
Yeah, let's use our words. That's the most powerful thing to use.
Yes.
What's the ultimate goal, Ron? After this whole thing blows over, you get back into fighting. What would you like to end up doing?
I want to make it into the big show. I mean, I want fighting wise, I want to win a WPC title. So I promised that by WCK. So I fought Marvin Madriaga, my last Muay Thai fight in San Diego. That was a good fight too. He's a super tough dude. I ended up winning that one, thankfully. And after that shot, I was promised the WBC title in that weight class to fight for that. So that should be coming up whenever we're back in
Fight mode.
or
Yeah.
whenever this economy is going again.
Yeah.
So I look forward
That's
to
what's going
fighting.
to get it going again. We're
Yeah.
looking for that.
Yeah, I look forward to fighting for the WBC title. That's definitely
awesome.
a milestone that I would love to hit. I want to win the Lights Out title. That'll be a great milestone to hit. And then I want to get in the UFC and win a UFC title. That'll be another great milestone to hit. So lots of dreams that I want to accomplish, and there's no reason why I can't accomplish them as long as I just put in the work and just stay motivated.
That's right.
So that's the overall game plan. Get a WBC, get a Lights Out, get a UFC. So that'll be cool. I make it sound like it's going to happen in like 3 months, but this is going to be within the next 45 years. I think I got another 4 or 5 years left of
There you
hitting
go.
people.
Solid.
That's a good amount of
So-
time, good amount of fights.
Yeah. So we'll just make it happen. You know.
Yep.
Shoot.
Hit it, Joe. Hit it.
So, where can they find you on your social media when people want to look out for you and see what you're doing next?
I am on all of them. I'm on the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitter, the TikTok, the Instagram. You can find me all at Scolesdang, except for TikTok. I changed it because someone advised me to change it so I could have better reach and stuff like that. So now
I
it's
get
just
that advice all
Ron
the time, and I
Scolesdang.
don't believe it.
I I have really good mentors and teachers around me, and so they give me the heads up on everything. They give me the heads up on like grants and loans and the PPP, and like I knew the lockdowns were happening before the lockdowns were going to happen. Like insights on investing, on just leadership, on family, parenting, like you name it. Like I got a coach for everything. It's pretty freaking cool, So. I lost my train of thought.
That's awesome.
I did have some questions.
Hungry.
Like, so I follow your Instagram. I follow like your YouTube pages, and then you do actually take a lot of time to teach people and to give people insight, techniques, and things like that. What motivated you to do that, and why do you keep still doing that?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing, a few years ago, it's like 4 or 5 years ago, I kind of found my purpose in life, and I just had an epiphany. I was like, I know what I want to do with my life. I want to help others through MMA and fitness. And then so MMA and fitness is my vessel. And so for me to make the world a better place, I can use what I know, which is MMA and fitness, and translate that to everybody. So I can help people build their confidence, self-defense. I can help them build their social behavior if they feel like they're alone. I introduce them to a community, to a family. I have people that knock off a bucket list. They've never fought before. I've been lucky to take part in people making debuts. Like they just want to get one fight in and never do it again. Just, they want to jump off a mountain, jump off a cliff. They want to fight. I've been able to take part in that, and I've been able to take part in people wanting to make fighting a career. I've been able to take part in people wanting to open up their own gyms, et cetera, et cetera. And so the ability to make the world a better place through something as simple as face punching is my contribution to the world, to make the world a better place. Like I'm not going to invent the cure for the coronavirus. I'm not going to start a toilet paper company, but I'll help you fix your jab. I'll help you defend yourself if your life depends on it. So that's why I provide all that stuff. I want to make more. I want more resources. I want to grow bigger so I can help more people. And that's my game. Like it's really cool to see the DMs that I get, the messages that I get, the people that just reach out to me that I don't even publicize. A lot of them I don't even post. Or just people just telling me like the challenges that are going through, and it's like, hey, because of my knee video, that made you in a better spot than you would have, or like that stopped you from doing something really bad. The knee video, like teaching you how to knee, it's like me saying like a cheesy motivation thing while I'm jogging and just doing my voice over it. I'm like, that did something. I'm like, okay, F it. Awesome. I'm like, I'll keep doing it.
Impactful.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just one person, it's cool.
Yep.
Shoot, even if it's zero, it'll impact somebody eventually. So, F it.
Crazy. Francesca, where can they find you on your social medias?
They can find me at Francesca_Dominique on Instagram. I don't really use Facebook or Twitter, so.
And Dondo.
Fight Life Connoisseurs. Check them out. When they're doing their thing, they're amazing. Her and her partner are wonderful people, so I love them. Free love. Shout out to Free Love.
Yeah. And Dondo, where can they find you?
Right here in this dojo all the friggin' time. But Dondo the Gym Crasher on Instagram and John Dondo on Facebook. I don't do TikTok. Maybe Tandoor because I'm into Indian food, but
Yeah,
I'm messing with you.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. What's that? Oh, Grindr.
Grindr.
But TikTok, I'm loving TikTok.
I thought that was you.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention my Grindr account.
I was wearing my G-string. I was pulling the pants down low so you can see my thong.
No, you're doing the wobble thing. It's like, I recognize that wobble.
All right, folks. This has been a great segment of Gym Crashers. We'll catch you next week. Thanks to all of our special guests coming on tonight. We'll catch you next week, Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, here on Free Admissions Gym Crashers. Peace out.
Peace. Like us.